made a point in conversation a couple of weeks ago with a client that your personality is not you, it is who you think you are. Your personality, and remember the word personality derived from the word persona, which is Latin meaning a mask, is the result of a number of psychological snapshots that you took during your formative years of things that made an impression on you. Things that were done for you, things that were done to you, praise that was heaped upon you, criticism that was thrown in your direction, and the little throwaway remarks of adults that made you feel good, bad, or indifferent about yourself. These things literally stuck in your mind and created this mask that you now wear with pride and call it your personality, faults and all. My client made the point back to me, but of course we wear masks in the course of our lives. She said, I wear a different mask when I'm at work trying to deal with the high-powered people that I work with than I do when I'm at home with my children. And that is true. We all wear masks, or perhaps more to the point, we play roles in life. If, for example, as this particular client was, you're in a big job, in a big organisation, and certain things are expected of you, that is a role you have to play. It's like playing a bit part in a soap opera. As long as you realise, of course, that things like business are just soap operas, are just games, are just roles to be played, then you can begin to ensure that your mind is in the right place to play your role to the very, very best of your ability. The problem is that most of us don't do that. If we have a role to play, we will play it through the thoughts that we have in our subconscious mind. We will play it through our perceived adequacies and our perceived inadequacies, and consequently not be there enough to make the right impression to ensure that we play our role as best we can. The point I'm making, quite simply, is that like everything else in life, if we have a role to play, we should go ahead and do it rather than let thought get in the way. Thought gets in the way all of the time. As we've said in the last few videos, thousands upon thousands of thoughts every day ensure that we're not really all here at all, that our minds are all over the place. And if our minds are all over the place, then we're not best placed to do what we have to do, including playing the roles we have to play to the very best of our ability. The key point, however, is, with regard to your personality, it's not a role. You don't have to play a role to fool yourself into thinking that you're good, bad, or indifferent. There is a real you beneath your personality. That is the life force that enables you to be the very best that you can be in whatever role life requires of you at any point in time. In other words, quite simply, you need to delve beneath who you think you are. You need to discard your perceived inadequacies on the basis that they are nothing other than snapshots of events that took place a long time ago. You need to even question your strengths. They may be blinding you to some other strengths that you don't realize that you have. Above all, you need to get acquainted with the real you. You need to understand that you are a person who, minus the noise in your head, is capable of anything in which you can believe. You need to ensure that you cultivate that freshness of mind, that clarity of mind, that presence of mind. And that can only be done by ensuring that on a regular basis you train your mind to pay attention to the here and now. Because even if you do have a role to play in life, in business, that role has to be played when? Not in the future, not at some time in the past, in the here and the now. It's the only place and time that you can do your very best.